So hello students, let's proceed with part 4. So first topic of part 4 is Turing machine, a model of computation. So under it we are going to study a model of Turing machine, introduction of Turing machine, technical definition of Turing machine, uses of Turing machine, variants of Turing machine, and last but not the least we have representation of Turing machine. So the first is model of Turing machine. So it is designed by Alan Turing in the year 1936. Turing machine is a simple mathematical model of a general purpose computer. So it is capable of performing any calculations which can be performed by any computing machine. So here is the diagram representing Turing machine. So we have a tape which is of infinite length. Each cell will consist of only one input symbol, and this tape is connected to read write head, and further it is connected to finite control, and this finite control will let you know about the information of states, right? So here we have read slash write head. Remember, in all the previous automatas which we have studied earlier, we have only reading, but here the new operation, that is writing, is also attached, right? So the Turing machine is a finite state automata connected to a read write head. It has one tape which is divided into number of cells. Each cell can store one symbol. The input to and the output from the finite state automata are affected by read slash write head, which can examine one cell at a time. So in one move, the machine examines the present symbol under the read slash write head on the tape and the present state of the automata to determine these four things, right? So let's understand this point. So here your current symbol is x2, and let's suppose finite control is having a state that is q naught. So the present state is q naught and the current symbol is x2. Now the machine will either move towards left side or it will move towards right side, right? Second point, also when it move towards right side, a new symbol will be entered under the read slash write head, right? Then a direction is to be there and a new state is to be there. I hope you understand this point. So these are the four bifurcations. The first thing is a new symbol to be written on the tape in the current cell under the read write head. Number two, the next state of the automata, that is your new state. Next we have motion of read slash write head, that is it will move towards left direction or it will move towards right direction. So if the complete string has been processed, your Turing machine will halt. If some symbols are pending in your Turing machine, then it will not halt, right? So this is a small introduction about Turing machine. Next we have technical definition of Turing machine. So here we have already studied these automatas. DFA and NDFA will consist of 5 tuples. Similarly, Murray and Mealy machines are having 6 tuples. Grammar is having 4 tuples. PDA is having 7 tuples. 2PDA is having 6 tuples. Similarly, Turing machine consists of 7 tuples. So first tuple is capital Q, finite non-empty set of states. That is q naught, q1, so on up to qn. Sigma, so finite set of input alphabets, or you can say that symbols. So symbols which are part of input alphabet, right? So these are the subset of tau. This is called tau symbol. Next, so tau is a tape symbols which can be written on the tape. B represents blank symbol and it belongs to tau. Q naught initial state, F final state, and last but not the least we have a delta. Delta is a transition function for mapping Q into tau goes to Q into tau into L comma R. It means that this Q represents the current state, this represents the present tape's alphabet, this represents new state, this represents new tape symbol, right? And the head will move either towards left side or towards right side. Next we have uses of Turing machine. So the first usage is it accepts type 0 language. Remember students, we have studied Chomsky classification of languages, and under that we have type 0 languages, which are also called unrestricted grammar, right? In which you can take alpha is equals to null. So second usage. So it is used for computing functions. Here computing function means you are going to calculate computing functions using transition diagram or transition table. Next, so it turns out to be a mathematical model for partial recursive functions. Here partial recursive function means, suppose we have f as a function and under f we have a1, a2 so on up to an values. Here f is defined for some values, not for all a values. That is called partial recursive function. Fourth one, so Turing machine is also used for determining undecidability of certain languages and measuring space and time complexity of problems. So how much space has been occupied by a particular problem, how much time a problem is taking for solving its solution. So that is called space and time complexity. So next we have variants of Turing machine. So there are 7 different types of Turing machines. So first category is called multi-tape Turing machine. The second is called multi-head Turing machine. Then we have multi-dimensional Turing machine, two-way infinite tape Turing machine, non-deterministic Turing machine, stay option Turing machine as a enumerator.